The Ballad of ANEW Resort Hunter's Rest, Rustenburg, or How to Ruin a Vacation in 50 Easy Steps. Oh, gather round, my fellow travelers, and let me tell you a tale so tragic, so absurd, it would make Shakespeare weep into his quill. This is the story of ANEW Resort Hunters, a name so grand, so promising, like a golden ticket to paradise, until you realize the ticket is actually a coupon for expired canned soup. Let me paint you a picture. Act I. The grand deception: you arrive, weary from the road, dreaming of crisp sheets and a warm welcome. Instead, you are greeted by nothing, no smile, no hello, just the silent judgment of a reception desk that looks like it was last polished in 1997. You hand over your reservation, the one you confirmed 3 times, only to be met with the blank stare of a person who'd rather be anywhere else. No booking under that name, they say, as if you are the delusional one. Why is this bad? Because hotels are supposed to have your room ready. That's like their one job. It's like going to a bakery and them saying, "Oh, we forgot to bake bread today." What do you mean you forgot? Act I. The room of horrors: you finally get a key, you open the door, and there it is, a superior family room. Superior to what? A cardboard box. The mirrors are streaked like a toddler finger painted with grease. There's used toilet paper in the toilet. Used, and the aircon, a sad wheezing relic that sounds like a dying lawnmower. Then noise, a water pump right by your bed, roaring to life every 20 minutes like a drunk troll stumbling through your room. You call reception, the phone doesn't work, so you trek through the haunted halls at 3 a.m. like a sleep-deprived zombie, only to be told, "Sorry, we're fully booked, nothing we can do." Oh, but there is something you could have done: not put me in a room next to a demon pump. Why is this bad? Because sleep is sacred. You paid for rest, not a front row seat to industrial machinery karaoke. Act I. The culinary crimes: you stumble to the restaurant praying for salvation. Instead, you serve trauma on a plate. The steak arrives without a steak knife. How am I supposed to eat it? With my tears. The cheese sauce on the wings looks like someone melted a plastic toy. The breakfast buffet: burned custard and despair. And let us not forget the cat roaming the dining area like it's the health inspector. Why is this bad? Because food should taste good. This isn't rocket science. If your chef can tell the difference between cheese and glue, maybe hire someone who's eaten food before. Act IV. The great photography scandal: you a bride. You asked in person if you could take photos here. Of course, they said. Lies. The second you lift your camera, security descends like you trying to steal the crown jewels. No professional cameras. Oh, so now it's a rule. The whiplash of their incompetence could power a small city. Why is this bad? Because consistency matters. If you say yes to a bride's face and no the second she's in her wedding dress, you not just unprofessional, you cruel. Act V. The racism: they didn't bother to fix a golf ball whizzes past your wife's head. You look over, a group of men smile and wave before doing it again. You report it, nothing happens. Because apparently at ANEW Resort some guests are more equal than others. Why is this bad? Because racism is bad, full stop. If your staff watches this happen and shrugs, you part of the problem. Finale. The grand lesson:
So I was looking into crimes near ANEW Resort Hunter's Rest, Rustenburg, and it's just crazy what I found. Like, businesses around there are super sketchy, you feel me? So there was this huge fraud scandal. R$25 million, can you believe it? 2 company directors, Esther and Moses Malsa, they were arrested for fraudulent payments to the Bajanala Platinum District municipality. They made fake companies and funneled the money to municipal officials. It's so corrupt. I bet the victims were like, "What's going on? Where did all our money go?" And then they found out it was all a big scam. I predict the officials involved probably got fired, or worse, and the directors are still facing charges. How could you do that to people, It's just so wrong. And then there was this other case, R3. 8 million mobile network storefront fraud. 4 former municipal employees were arrested, and they were using fake storefronts to launder money. I mean, it's how do you even do that? So I think the victims were probably wait, I paid for this service, but it's not even real? And then they had to deal with the whole mess. I predict the employees involved got fired, and the company lost a lot of credibility. And oh boy, there was this R2. 4 million ICT tender scam involving fake service providers. A company called Big Time got paid for services they never even provided. I mean, it's so obvious, the municipal manager got in trouble, and I bet they were like, I had no idea, it was all just a big mistake. But like, come on, you're in charge, you should know what's going on. I predict the company got shut down, and the manager got fired. And finally, there was this $1 million fraud case against a former municipal manager, Patrick Schickwayne. Like, he's facing trial for misappropriating funds through municipal transactions with brick and mortar businesses. I mean, it's like, how can you even trust anyone? I predict he's going to jail, and his reputation is ruined. So, like, that's what I found out about crimes near ANEW Resort Hunters Rest, Rustenburg. It's just like, be careful when you're dealing with local businesses, you know? They might seem legit, but they could be scams. The state of businesses near ANEW Resort Hunters Rest, Rustenburg. If you're staying at ANEW Resort Hunters Rest, Rustenburg, and expecting a vibrant, welcoming local business scene, prepare for disappointment. The businesses here, they're a mixed bag of neglect, poor service, and baffling decisions. Let's walk through what you're in for. Shopping. More like suffering shopping centers near the resort, like Waterfall Mall, have lost whatever charm they once had. The atmosphere is gloomy, the staff seem perpetually irritated, and the place feels like it's running on fumes. Take Pringles, Scotland, inside Waterfall Mall, where shopping feels like an interrogation. Customers report staff being condescending, peeking into fitting rooms, and laughing at patrons while they pay. Imagine spending your hard-earned money just to be treated like an inconvenience. Then there's the mall's bizarre security rules. Guards enforce unknown regulations with the enthusiasm of a bored dictator. One visitor was scolded for looking at merchandise through a shop window. Not touching, not loitering, just looking. And if you need a bathroom, good luck. Multiple toilet blocks are closed. The only open one has no seats, and there's no warning until you've trekked the entire mall. Even the cashiers struggle with the same issue. The mall's decline is so bad that former visitors mourn its past vibrancy. Now, it's just clothes shops and an inexplicable onion stench that lingers like a bad decision. Spas that stress you out. Sabai Jai Spa should be a sanctuary. Instead, it's a master class in poor service. Appointments canceled without warning. Staff unreachable, phones go unanswered, emails ignored. One guest had to honk their car horn just to get the gate opened. The massages themselves are a gamble. Some leave you bruised for days. Others involve therapists who seem to confuse relaxation with punishment. One guest described their Thai massage as so painful they flinched at the slightest touch days later. And if you dare complain, the manager responds with the warmth of a tax auditor. No resolution, just dismissal. Dining disasters. Roots Grill Fokeng is the kind of place where you order food and immediately regret not eating elsewhere. Crowded, chaotic, and with service so inconsistent that moderate is considered high praise. Genesis Pub. Even worse. Expired alcohol, a DJ stuck in a musical time loop, and a refusal to pay their DSTV bill, meaning no big games when you actually want to watch them. The big picture businesses near ANEW Resort Hunters Rest, Rustenburg, aren't just bad, they're aggressively mediocre. Rude staff, neglected facilities, and a general sense that no one behind the counter actually wants to be there.